Welcome to the Thermie Living Kitchen. So today Lauren has a special recipe for us. So I always forget how it's pronounced. Oh, I can't pronounce it.
We're going to make a low FODMAP stock paste. We find a lot of people ask about and they have to avoid those fermentable foods that can cause gut irritation. What they can use in their cooking to get some flavour and that back into it. So I thought we'd like to show you that today.
Okay, so we make a nice vegetable stock.
Yes.
Without onions.
Yep,
and,
no onion, no garlic, or none of those highly fermentable foods. So there are still small amounts of FODMAPs in the foods that we're going to be using. So it's like your fructans, galacto-oligosaccharides, and those sorts of fermentable foods, but we're going to minimise it as much as possible.
Okay.
So when you use it in the recipe, you generally use a teaspoon to a tablespoon or so, so it's much less quantity without your onion and garlic, if that makes any sense. So it shouldn't affect gut issues as much.
Okay,
so
that's good.
what we're going to do is we have a bit of tomato, carrots and zucchini that we're going to pop in the bowl, and they're just all roughly cut up as well. So they're going to go straight in. And we also have some celery stalks as well. Okay, balls. And we're going to blend that one for starters on speed 6 for about not a minute, probably about 20-30 seconds. You'll hear the sound when it's done. It's actually there.
Oh, okay.
You can actually hear that and feel it with the spatula.
Yeah. So with the Thermomix you always hear actually when it's done. Okay, good.
So that's nicely pureed. We're now going to use our herbs in it. So the trick to actually getting the flavour in there when you're going to be using no onion and garlic and that is to actually pretty much triple your herbs. And in there you can use a garlic infused olive oil if you like as well. And we're just going to use regular olive oil. But what you do is use a massive bunch of parsley, and you can use the stems of that if you like in there as well. We're just going to pop the parsley straight in. It's going to look like your bowl's getting quite full, but they're going to be all those light aerated foods, so it will blend down nicely. Your spring onion you can use, but you want to use, as you can see, the dark green part. So there's less of the fructans than in the dark green part. If you start using the white part, that's where all the problematic foods start coming into it as well.
Okay.
So you go for your dark green.
So what the other people throw away, you use that for
Yes,
the stock.
exactly. So we'll use quite a bit of it. Because we're going to be making it as a concentrate. But again, if you're more sensitive to any of these foods, you can easily leave them out and just pop another herb in there if you like.
Herbs, yeah.
Definitely. So we'll do we won't use
Not
the full
everything.
bowl.
Yeah, okay.
And we've got our bay leaves. This is similar to the recipe in your everyday cookbook, but we're just, again, changing and altering it slightly, so they're very easy to adapt the recipes. So the bay leaves, you don't want the rough stalk part in there, because that part's a little bit too rough and coarse. I'll give you one to do too.
Oh, yes.
So we're using 3 in there, and I think the recipe usually calls for 1, so it's just to get that extra flavour.
Yeah, you said tripled is the best. Yeah,
definitely. And then you've got your fresh rosemary, so it says a few sprigs. We're going to go with what we've got here. We've got around about 8, so if you want to pop those in. Yeah,
that's
so quite a few.
But I love rosemary.
Yeah.
The smell is so beautiful.
And just go with whatever is in season at the time. So you know, there's no hard or fast rules as to what you pop in there.
Yeah.
And we've got
we have
some basil and some sage leaves as well, which we'll pop in.
It's a little bit sad this stage already.
That's right. We're going to cook it down, so it'll be perfectly fine. We'll chuck that in. We'll just peel the very base stalks off that. A little bit more basil.
I have more. Should we put in more?
No, that should be alright.
Okay,
That'll be fine. And we're going to blend this one again.
And you said usually use leek as well.
Yes, you can use the leeks, but you want to use the very dark green part again.
Not that.
So, yeah. So if you go to use your leeks, you want to go for the dark green, not the lighter coloured ones. If you're very sensitive, again, you can omit it, but if you find you can tolerate small amounts, it just gives it that extra bit of flavour. So we'll blend this one, speed 6 again.
good.
That was, yes. That was about 19 seconds. And the colour's going to be nice and green now instead of orange.
All these herbs.
Beautiful.
Oh yes,
Lovely.
beautiful.
Very aromatic. I'm throwing stuff at you again, you know.
That's okay. I just put it back.
I'm going to have a food fight in here, I think. And all we add into that is 150 grams of salt. You go for it,
Okay,
Ty.
I can do that. 150.
You can reduce the salt, but as you reduce the salt in the recipe, it won't keep for as long. So this will keep for about 6 months in the fridge. Or you can freeze into ice cubes as well.
Yeah.
And then we also want a dash of oil, so a dash of olive oil. You don't need much at all.
So we don't have left much left. Oh my god.
We're just doing
But
a little
it's fine,
drizzle.
yeah.
Yeah. The salt's what's going to preserve it though, so it'll all be fine. And then we're going to set that one onto, where are we? So for 20 minutes, so set your timer. And varoma temperature.
Okay.
And speed 1. Now if you notice it starts getting a little bit too bubbly and popping up, you can sit your rice basket on top of it and that will stop it from spitting. And the other thing is too, if you notice it is getting too hot, you can always drop the temperature down to 100 degrees if you like, and it'll still cook it out fine.
Okay.
So speed 1. And we're off.
Good.
See you soon.
See you soon. Okay, it's almost done.
Just about.
Just 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Perfect. As you can see, we ended up using the rice basket because it was jumping out a little bit, and we also found we had to drop the heat down to 100 degrees because the room was just a bit too heavy for, a bit too hot for our stock paste. So
Okay. So
what we're going to do now is, like your traditional stock paste, we're going to blend it down. So we're going to bring that speed dial up to about speed 8 to 9 for around about a minute.
Okay.
Probably a bit less actually, I don't need that long. Was about 50 seconds, so one's ready. Remember when you're blending in that too, when you first start blending, you can put your finger there for a second or so just to stop anything from spinning out, but you want to be careful that steam, and never hold your measuring cup down while it's actually got something hot in there, because you want that steam to escape.
Yeah.
Just
Otherwise it blows
kaboom.
on it. Yeah.
And that
that looks really
beautiful
nice.
stock
Yes.
paste. So just pop into your sterilised jars or into a display dish that you're going to be using. Straight in. Slopping it. You alright?
That's
I'll
fine.
let
It
you do
looks
the other one
rustic.
because
It looks-
I'm going to spill it everywhere. Now watch the pro do it. This is how it should be done.
Oh no, not the pro. So,
She's doing well so far.
so I do the plain
Perfect.
one. So and you can see how nice that looks.
It's
The
very
rosemary.
aromatic.
Oh.
Nice smell and flavour.
Oh, it smells delicious.
Don't eat it by the spoonful though, it is a stock concentrate.
Okay.
I don't think how many people do.
Yeah, you would love to.
I think it's
make
the first thing you do whenever you make one. You go to eat it and you're like, oh, salty. So
Yes.
yeah, it is the concentrate boys.
it. Concentrate. That's fine. Okay. So yeah, we hope you enjoy that. Bye.